The city of Lagos sparkled beneath the morning sun. High-rise glass towers reflected the clouds. Bustling streets roared with the chorus of engines and hurried footsteps. And in the middle of it all stood Chukwudi Nwoke, a man everyone envied. He was only 42. Yet his businesses stretched across Nigeria: real estate, oil logistics, a chain of supermarkets. His mansion in Banana Island overlooked the Atlantic, a castle of glass and marble where his laughter echoed with the joy of his wife, Amara, and their 3 children, every morning. Before his fleet of cars rolled out, Chukwudi would gather his family in the living room. Bible open, he prayed, "Father, thank you for your hand upon us. Thank you that no harm shall come near our dwelling." Psalm 91:10. To his employees, he was not just a boss, but a father figure, paying school fees, building houses for widows, and sponsoring church projects. People whispered, God has truly put a hedge of fire around him. But one stormy evening, as the Atlantic waves crashed harder than usual against the rocks, Chukwudi's life began to unrave. The call came at 11:47 p.m. His head of logistics, panting, said, "Sir, one of our oil vessels exploded near Port Harcourt. The fire, it consumed everything. We lost men." Chukwudi staggered, his heart pounding. Millions gone in an instant, but worse lives were lost. He clenched his chest. Amara held his trembling hands, whispering, "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be his name." Job 121. 2 weeks later, a storm ripped through Lagos. One of his warehouses collapsed. News headlines the next day screamed, "Prominent business tycoon suffers massive losses again." Competitors mocked in silence. Friends stopped calling. His phone, once buzzing with requests and praises, became eerily quiet, but the deepest wound came like a dagger. His children, traveling back from school abroad, were caught in a ghastly car crash on 3rd Mainland Bridge. The car flipped, bursting into flames by the time Chukwudi arrived at the hospital. It was too late. His 3 precious children lay still, their faces serene as though asleep. The wail that tore from his chest shook the hospital halls. Amara collapsed beside him, her tears soaking his suit. He fell to the floor, his voice cracking. "Why, God, why haven't I served you? Haven't I trusted you?" The silence of heaven was deafening. Within months, creditors circled like vultures. The mansion was auctioned, his businesses collapsed, friends scattered. Some church members whispered, "Surely he has sinned. God's hand has departed from him." Chukwudi, once clothed in armoni, now sat in a small rented apartment, staring at peeling walls, his wife's frail arms wrapped around him as sickness gnawed at his body. One night, in the middle of his anguish, he had a dream. He saw himself in an open field, wild winds howling. Dark forces surrounded him, whispering threats, stretching claws toward him. Just as they closed in, a brilliant light enveloped him. A voice thundered, "You are still mine. You are never unprotected, even in fire. My shield surrounds you. The enemy can touch your possessions, but not your soul." Chukwudi woke in tears. For the first time in months, he felt peace. Slowly, painfully, Chukwudi rose again. A small business started from a friend's garage grew. Opportunities reappeared. Doors opened, though the scars of loss never left. God's grace multiplied. Years later, he sat again at a Thanksgiving service, this time with 2 adopted children at his side. He wept as he declared, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust him." Job 13:15. God's protection was never absent. He carried me through the fire, like Job. Chukwudi learned God's protection does not always mean absence of trials, but his unshakable presence through the trials. You may lose things, but his hedge around your soul can never be broken. Have you ever felt like Chukwudi when everything you built suddenly collapsed? What loss or pain are you carrying that makes you wonder if God has forgotten you? Could it be that even in this storm, His protection is still surrounding your life in ways you cannot yet see? Write down a time when you thought you were completely alone, but later realized God was carrying you. Pray honestly today, Lord, even if I lose everything, let me never lose you. Reflect on Job 40:10. The Lord restored Job's fortunes and gave him twice as much as he had before. What might restoration look like in your story? If this story touched your heart, share it with someone going through a tough season. In the comments, write, God's protection is around me as a declaration of faith. Tell us below what part of Chukwudi's story felt closest to your own life, and don't forget to keep walking with us through the Bible as we uncover how God's Word is alive in our everyday stories.